What's going on, everyone? Stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live or post videos, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, join in on the discussion, links below to our Discord along with our free options trading on Facebook. We're pretty active in there all day long. It's pretty great community, great people in there, great traders. Everyone's just trying to learn. Everyone's just trying to make themselves a better trader. And in the end, profitability, of course, right? So if you want to do that, links are below in the description. Today, kind of want to talk about, I'm up 145 on the day today. I only had about 1 hour to trade. I'm doing this video beforehand, so I wasn't able to live stream today, just kind of crunch for time. I do run another business outside of us versus herd. So that being said, I know a lot of people have 9 to 5s. A lot of people have limited time. So I thought a good video today is kind of like what were my trades today and why did I trade the way that I did? And when you have limited time or you're trading with a full-time job or whatever the case is, you know, with me, I only had about an hour and a half to trade. I'm Central Time, so the market opens here at 8:30, and I started my first trade at 9:05, so about 35 minutes into open, and then I closed everything out by 10:14, as you can see here. Obviously today the market is way up, and you're like, hey, why didn't you hold? Why didn't you do? I mean, we left thousands of dollars on the table today, but the goal was not to make thousands of dollars a day. It was when you have limited time, you have to set your thresholds lower. You know, instead of like 30 to 50%, which were normally taken, you know, I lowered my threshold to 10 to 20%, and I just took profits because I knew that I couldn't sit around in front of the computer all day. I knew that I couldn't make things happen. And at the end of the day, I mean, life happens. You need to be able to trade. I mean, you need to be able to live life outside of trading. Like, you have other things to do, you know. And I think the end goal for most people is to have some freedom, not be tied to the computer and waiting for your trade to work out and this and that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, good. But some days you just can't. I mean, I love trading all day long, but some days that's just not in the cards. So, you know, kind of go quick. Had some great setups. You know, Roku was my first trade of the day. I bought it for 340. I had the 108 put, sold it for 405 within 4 minutes. So, you know, I was hitting my targets pretty good. I'm 3 for 3 today. You know, we traded 100%. Each trade I put on made money. So, you know, kind of going into Roku, what I was looking at here, I traded it at 905. So pretty much on this bar here, when it was looking like when it got rejected here at 109, started to come down at 108. I bought the 108 puts. Obviously, like right now, if you're looking at the 108 puts, I mean, those, actually, I'll pull them up over here so you guys can see. I sold them for 405. I bought them for 340, sold for 405. It was a really quick win. These are going for like in the 6s now, and I think they were going as high as 9. No, they were going for $10. So I sold them for 4. So, you know, I took advantage of this move here. I mean, I made 25% in 4 minutes, which, you know, kind of shows you there was a much bigger move here. But if you don't have a lot of time to trade that day, you just take the money and you move on. You don't try to hope for more. You know, Roku could have easily came down and went back up. I know I sold on this candle here. It was a large down move candle. I'm sorry. I sold on this candle right here from 108 down to 106. So I caught that move, and then obviously there was a settlement period, and then it ripped down even lower, which was the major moves. You know, I thought I did pretty good catching this candle. You know, when you only have like an hour and a half to trade that day, you kind of just have to make, when things go your way, you take profits. You don't try to hold and get fancy with it, you know. So I was really happy about that, how that trade worked out. And, you know, I don't, you know, people always have like remorse about selling, especially when you, I had a $300 trade that turned into a $1,000 trade, or I had this, or I had that. Yeah, but you sold it. Be happy you made money and move on to the next trade. There's always going to be another trade. Right now in the market is very exciting. There's enough opportunity for us day in, day out. When you have more time tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, you know, you can hold and you can make bigger percentage returns. But when you have limited time, you really need to be disciplined and cut your profit targets to like 10 to 30%. Try not get fancy with it. Home Depot was my next trade. Kind of clean this up here. Home Depot, I held it for about an hour. I bought it for $1.24, sold it for $1.47. I had two. I didn't risk more than two. Well, I did risk $300. I didn't risk more than like $300 overall today per trade. Because I didn't want to have that much capital deployed. I mean, times that today having a lot of capital deployed would have paid off, but we didn't have a lot of time for that. So I bought it for $1.24, sold it for $1.47, so I was up 15% or so. Right in line with my profit targets. On Home Depot, cut a nice gap up this morning and then caught the fade. So I put it on at 916. So right on this bar right in here. I was hoping for the breakdown. It was kind of playing around. I was actually down some money when it moved up on this candle. Started to break down, then moved up, pushed back up to 229, and then ultimately started making this move lower. I sold it at 10.15, which is really, it caught the breakdown. I knew it was going to go lower, but hey, we made our 15%. We got a GTFO. We got to go. Obviously now these options are worth, Home Depot. If you look at Home Depot, the 227s are now worth 264. So we could have made a couple $100 extra. At the end of the day, we could have made $1,500 by holding till now, but 15, probably 2,000 after I get through with FedEx. So, FedEx, but that's the thing. When you have limited time, you just gotta take the profits and move on. And that's why I'm 3 for 3 today. I didn't try to wrestle the market. Obviously, the market is just heading pretty much straight down right now. So on the the UN Trump speech and then Democratic impeachment news and whatever, not really our concern right now. I will do a watch list video later. What I'm looking at for tomorrow, kind of what I'm preparing for tomorrow. I'll drop that 9-10 p.m. Central. And if this video is of value to you so far, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it, guys. FedEx was a really nice trade this morning as well. Nice setup. I was actually thinking of not trading today, but because we had some nice setups, I saw some quick money to be made. This was also a smaller profit target, only made about 10-15% on it. $1.32. I had two options at the 145 puts, and I wrote them to 149. We made $34. Small gains add up, guys. Small gains add up. If you don't have to get it all in one trade. I'm up 145 today, and the small gains add up. But what I was looking at here on FedEx was also the reversal. I didn't buy any calls today. These are now up to like $3. I sold them for $1.50, so now they're also now worth double, and I had two of them. But anyways, let's cover this trade. So what I was looking at, I put the trade on at 922. So right when I was going to be pushing up in this area, I put the 145s in to see if it would break down. It did push higher. I was down some money on it, and then at 10:13 I sold. So when it started to break down in the 145 area, I didn't have a lot of time because it was kind of playing games. It went up, it came down, it was starting to go back up, and then it was obviously heading down now. I didn't have time to play games, and this was my last trade of the day, so I just wanted to take profits, clean things up, and hey, I still made my 15% or so. Very happy about that. We came out with $145 profit today. This is like my 8th green day in a row. So when you have a lot of green days in a row, you don't want to take it for granted and be like, oh, I'm going to be green every day, or I can do this every day. Because that's when you're going to get caught off guard. You're going to have a $300 loss, $500 loss, $1,000 loss. The market doesn't care about your gains. The market doesn't care about how many green days you have. The market doesn't care about your feelings. You just got to trade very disciplined. And I think over the last month or so, I've been very disciplined about my trade, and things have been paying off. Sure, I haven't had big 100, 500, 1,000% returns, but I've had very consistent gains every single day if you go through all my videos. So, that's the key. The way to make money over long periods of time is be consistent. It's not about having big swings in your P&L. Obviously, there's more opportunity today than other days, and you have the opportunity to make more money if you have the time. But for me, we made our money, we got out, and we get to go do what we need to do today. So I will be posting a watch list later. If you did watch this video to the end, comment watch to the end. Want to know who you are. Appreciate you guys. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.